Now I get the honor of introducing our field service director. Rev Julie Lobato is our dynamic field service director. She brings to this position great heart, great care, and great soul, and caring for her team, caring for the community, and caring for the work. And so I'm honored to have her on our team and to introduce her right now as she gives you a thorough update of all the amazing work that Julie and her team do for our centers. Julie.
Thank you, Reverend Michelle. I'm gonna check out this little clicker here. It's not. Yeah, I'm hitting the green button. Big green button. Big green button up top. Oh, thank you. All right. Figured out the big green button here. In our department, we are committed to mindful service, supporting the growth of CSL members and communities. You know, Reverend Sunny, our spiritual leader, told me one time when we were meeting and I was putting together these slides, she said, bringing enlightenment to your doorstep, because even the spiritual journey needs reliable field services. And that's our goal, right? Reliable field services. So to say that I am honored beyond measure that I have the opportunity to work with such an exemplary team in field services is a huge understatement. The exceptional individuals that are committed and dedicated in this department, they're amazing. And I'd like to introduce them to you now. Reverend Nan Bankston, our Ministerial Services Program Manager. Linda Summers, our Practitioner Services Program Manager. Practitioner Rebecca Hiroka, who is our Field Services Program Manager. And Reverend Michelle Scavetta, our Youth and Field Services Program Manager and CSL Teen Camp Director. So I have got a shout out to our beloved Senior Director, Holly Sharp, who has helped me to make this a little snazzier than it had originally started out, because we like a little snazz, right? So as Michael had pointed out earlier, our affiliated communities and study groups, we currently right now have 391. I'm asked that a lot, so I thought I would put that in there. And as you see on the pie chart, it breaks down the amount of centers, focus ministries, teaching chapters, study groups, and teaching centers that we have. I'm gonna run through a few of our stats of our 2023 year in review. We had 686 practitioners renew. We had 22 practitioner emeritus applications approved and 13 practitioners affiliated. So we had 696 ministers renew. So all of that accumulates to 819 ministers and 2,478 practitioners serving currently in the field. Yeah. And we broke a record in 2023, and I am thankful because that's you that did that, but we had the most annual reports submitted in 2023. We had 301. Some of that data, if we crunch the numbers, that means that through the data reported, we had an average weekly attendance of 66 within our communities in the field. Our field services team, as I had mentioned before, is committed and dedicated, and we're able to do all of these accomplishments that I'm going to share with you because we process an average of 13,713 emails a month and 242 meetings. Some other stats that I'm going to cover with you is we had 23 pulpits filled, we had 8 new communities created with right around 16 in process right now. We ordained 20 ministers, we licensed 109 new practitioners, and we licensed 26 new ministers or affiliated ministers. And right now we have right around 29 communities somewhere in transition. So our annual reports, I had already mentioned that we received the highest number back ever, so thank you, kudos to the field for that. Ministerial services, we provided an interim ministry course that was a prerequisite to interview and become a part of the interim ministry team. And last year we reworked it and rebranded it to transformational ministry, because there's so much in that course that is good stuff and can be utilized from ministers that are serving communities. And so we have a new course starting April 3rd, 11 a.m. Mountain Time for the next 6 weeks. A little plug in there for professional development. We added policy and application for the Minister Emeritus status. We went live on that January 1 and have already processed many applications for that. We reformatted launch to a 6-week mini sessions in the evening and updated policy regarding criminal records and licensing. In our practitioner services, we completed and processed 140 new practitioners, updated all of the practitioner lists with the senior ministers, created new documents for the practitioner instructiles in Salesforce, re-recorded and updated the panel videos and instructions, and set up a new payment process for prac renewals. And you're going to hear a little bit more about that in just a few minutes. Our youth and family services, we hired a full-time program manager there. We returned to in-person regional winter camp last year. Yes, woohoo! Teen Camp came into the field services management as of June of 2023. We started bi-weekly Teen Camp adult leadership meetings, talk about collaboration, talk about leaning into the wisdom of the field. This has been amazing. And we helped upgrade the internet and purchase a sound system for Camp Cedar Ridge. We reestablished the teen co-director application processes, and we also updated the scholarship application process. We did some enhancements that Reverend Michelle has already mentioned, but field services partnered with CSL Marketing to pivot the communication strategies based on field feedback, and that resulted in the creation and execution of the weekly newsletter. And we've brought in professional development for our team. Program-wise, we created surveys and added support and programming for the virtual practitioner program and the virtual practitioner students. Main thing that we've really focused on in 2023 is streamlining processes. We updated forms for ministers, the minister panel forms, the ordination panel forms, and request letters for installations, ordinations, and anniversaries. We automated forms for practitioners, the practitioner emeritus application, approval letter and card online, practitioner transfer email confirmations, and candidate rosters. We also set up an in memoriam request to honor ministers and practitioners who transition. We do a in memoriam presentation every year at convention, and we wanted to put together a way for the field to turn those into us, where we get the important information that needs to be included in that presentation. We also updated our background check process, including automating teen advisor background checks. So back to that practitioner license renewal process, Linda Summers, our practitioner services program manager, has the success story from 2023. So due to revamping the 2023 practitioner renewal process, including increased automation and simultaneously increasing engagement with individuals who hadn't renewed their licenses, we experienced a significant increase in the percentage of practitioner renewals. We went from 60% renewal rate to 88%. Yeah, that's incredible success, Linda. Huge shout out to Linda right now. Additionally, by contacting all inactive practitioners, she was able to update hundreds of records in Salesforce. And I can't begin to tell you how important it is that our records in Salesforce are as accurate as possible. So now I'm going to move really quickly into our goals for ministerial and community services. We are focusing this year on up-leveling the ministerial affiliation process. We are rolling out automation of panel forms for the new minister panels, ordinations, and affiliations, and we've already done 2 of those 3 as of today in 2024. We're going to connect with the deans to collaborate on the ministerial application process. We are updating and revamping the ministerial sponsor and mentor reporting process and consolidating record keeping on that. We want to increase communications with communities, senior ministers regarding upcoming events, and update and automate community affiliation application processes. It's time to automate that process, folks. Practitioner services. So we've already sent out the extended practitioner list that happened earlier this year. And yes, I know we're just in the middle of February, but it included leaves of absences and inactive practitioners that before was not included. So what we want to do is we want to get an accurate record of who is on a leave of absence or inactive so that we can reach out to them and see if they're interested in renewing their license. We're also working on automating all of the other processes for practitioner licenses, such as reinstatements and affiliations. Those are the last two that still need to be automated. World Ministry of Prayer is a program in field services, and part of our goals that we want to do in 2024 is right now we're hosting the prayer room at this convention. So a big shout out to all of you who have volunteered to serve in the prayer room this week. And for those of you that don't know, it's in room 8, Palms 8. And we want to host some World Ministry of Prayer events in 2024. We also want to include Spanish and European services, launch new applications and tracking forms on the website, and host trainings for volunteers. In Teen Camp, we want to open Teen Summer Camp registrations before April and Teen Winter Camp registrations by October 1st. We've created save the dates for all future camps. And our programs, we're gonna continue to support and uplevel the newsletter content to the field, host monthly support, study group support meetings, and integrate advanced programming for the virtual practitioner program. My presentation would not be complete without me doing a huge shout out of appreciation to all of you in the field that serve our many communities that really help to assist and make what happens in field service happen. So thank you all for your support and your service on our communities. Thank you.